gonna become the administrator on the show because boy, you be back there doing some shit.
The 14th, not the 26th, but 14.
14th, right?
All right. How are you? Hey, welcome to.
It's 14th. It's 14th, Tony.
It's the 22nd, isn't it?
The 14th.
It's the 14th. I've changed that. Hello, everyone. And welcome to Knowledge is Power Podcast Live. We're back again. I'm doing a little technical issues here. Had to switch cameras for a minute, but we're here with the Eugene Howard, who's running for Congress here in the state of Texas. He's going to be our guest. And LaDonna, it's the 14th or the 22nd Congress district? It's the 14th. Howard.
Eugene, I think he's frozen. He's frozen.
Yeah, he'll be back. But anyway, LaDonna's my co-host, and Francis running a little late. So I'm behind the scenes trying to put this thing together again. So that's why I added another admin to help me with my all my technical things I have to do back behind the scene and talk and listen. We're going to be speaking with Eugene Howard. He is running for Congress here in the state of Texas, and we want to get a chance to know who Howard is right here in Southeast Texas. So I'm going to turn it over to LaDonna for a minute while I go behind the scenes again and work it out. LaDonna, what's going on?
Okay, so are we gonna do the Knowledge is Power podcast live as a platform? Okay, or are you gonna do the 30-second intro? Or are we doing any of that? Boy, I tell you what. Anyway, let me just jump into the show.
Since you asked me those questions, I'm gonna go back and do what we do all the time, and there you go.
Yes, Knowledge is Power platform. Podcast Live is a platform to share important information by educating Southeast Texas African American communities with valuable information on health, education, finance, politics, and business. We pride ourselves on keeping our hand on the pulse of this community. We recently had several events. It's Diabetes Awareness Month. There was a Diabetes Awareness Walk. We spoke with the Sarah Group Wellness Group. We had the Democratic Blue Gala, and we're actually getting ready to kick it off into holiday mode. So, November and December are very busy months. We will be having balls, we will be having galas, and we will keep you updated. And Tony actually said we're going to be going live from some of these events. And so we'll just keep you up to date on what's happening in and around the Golden Triangle. As for tonight, we are gearing up for 2022. We have Eugene Howard, and he is running for Congress. We're going to find out a little bit about him, his platform, what he wants to see happen in the Democratic Party, and we're looking forward to a very interesting night tonight.
Okay. You're doing well. I'm ad-libbing on this because we're trying to get everybody back on the screen again and go live and talk
No
about.
problem. And Knowledge is Power Podcast Live is on Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Apple, iTunes, and Google Play. You can find us pretty much anywhere. And we are your premier place for all your information and knowledge that is going on in and around Jefferson County. The Democratic Blue Gala was really a successful event. We had the majority whip, James Clyburn. We had Sheila Jackson Lee. We had Al Green. We had Joe Desatel. We had all of the very prominent people in the building representing for our group. And we're trying to make a better Texas. And we're trying to create a blue wave. We're trying to get it going regardless of what's being said and done. Hi. Oh, Eugene, are you there? Are you frozen? I think he's frozen again, Tony. Okay, okay. Can you hear me? I think your mic may be muted.
Welcome to Knowledge is Power Podcast Live with your host, Tony Redfro, and my co-hosts, LaDonna Sherwood and Francis Lawkins.
Knowledge is Power Podcast Live starts now.
I think everybody's screen is frozen. Hello, hello, hello to all our viewers and watchers.
I'm here. I'm just waiting on Eugene to come on.
There we go.
All right. There we go. There, hey, we're back, right?
Okay, Eugene, are you ready?
Eugene.
Technical
Can you
difficulty.
hear us? I don't think Eugene
I don't think he can.
Let's see here. Let me try him again. Eugene, hello. Can you hear us testing? Say something, Eugene. Come on, Eugene. Oh, he's still frozen. Okay. Daughter, what are we going to do?
Well, we're going to hope that he gets his Wi-Fi connection up to date. He's got a nice white smile, if nothing else. We can see that he's smiling. Hello. Yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear us?
No, I don't think
Hopefully he can. Maybe he should log out and log back in. Maybe you can. Can you
let me test
take him out and let him come back? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe he needs to do that. I am trying to log in to my also to everything just froze up as we come on the air and everything just froze
well,
up.
let me just talk to the viewers while we're waiting. Okay, y'all do whatever y'all are doing. Let me tell you what I'm doing. Okay, just so you know. I know you guys can see that I'm in the car. Of course, I'm always moving around, but tonight is a really big night for me. It's our baseball kickoff. So my son, we're playing at Port Nature's Little League and we're winning. So because we're winning, we have to keep playing. And we're probably going to be here for quite some time. I'm going to be here at least another hour or two. So I'm coming to you live from the baseball fields. I'm excited about it.
Okay.
I guess Eugene is coming back on. Hopefully he does. At any rate, let me tell you guys a little bit about Eugene. Eugene is running for Congress and he is a graduate of Texas Southern University. And he's been working in the community. He's been working in the community for several years trying to build a more perfect democratic society. And he's actually been talking to young people and working with the NAACP. As I can understand, he's one of the youngest NAACP chapter presidents in the state of Texas. And hopefully we can get him on where he can kind of tell a little bit about himself instead of me kind of running down his background.
Okay. Okay. Here's Eugene. Oh, he froze
Are
up
you
again.
ready?
I'm ready now. I've got my screen and everything is working now on my side. But
I think he's frozen
he's
still.
frozen out again. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to come back with a little literature bio of Eugene. Maybe we can get him back on again. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you go ahead.
In the interim of that, guys, we have a lot of work to do in the state of Texas, and 2022 is really going to be an important election season for all
Okay.
people. We want to make sure that we're found exercising
A little
our,
bit.
civic duty. Mute your mic, Tony. We want to be found exercising our civic duty and doing our part to ensure a better future for our kids and making sure that we're just doing good for goodness sake. I say that all the time, but I don't think that it really expresses what the ultimate objective is. Sometimes we're doing stuff to keep busy, but we're doing it for the wrong reasons. Like, integrity is what you're doing when nobody's looking, when there's no award, when there's no ceremonies, and maybe nobody's patting you on the back, or maybe nobody's even cheering you on, but you're doing what's right for the sake of doing what's right. Um, like I said, I would like to encourage everybody while I have you guys, and we're just waiting to bring somebody with you to the voting polls. When you go, like each one reach 7. That's a challenge that we've been doing um, with Sean Samuel and James Payne. They have been challenging us to reach at least 7 people, and hopefully our 7 will reach 7 and it will spread from there on. We want to be found making sure that we're not letting anybody else pull the strings on our life and what's happening, that we're being active in that process, making sure that we're knowledgeable about candidates and knowledgeable about elections, and showing up and being ever present for every election, every time, no matter what we're voting for, because your vote is your voice. And at the end of the day, we only have 2 powers. I can be found saying this over and over again. You have voting power and buying power. That's where you spend your dollars and who you elect. And these 2 are the most important of the principles that we have and exercise on our day-to-day life. Eugene, are you there? Are you there? I think your mic is a little staticky. Ultimately, as you guys can tell, I can go on and on and on about voting. Eugene, can you hear me? Look, I'm shaking my phone. His phone is frozen. Okay, I think we're having a bit of
I'm
a
hearing
hard
you.
time.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay, there you
Big
go.
deal.
Congratulations. I'm here. Eugene, can you tell the people a little bit about yourself? We can't hear you though.
Right. Uh, maybe.
Okay, we can hear you now.
I
Okay, you're frozen. Your connection is terrible. and I'm the one at the baseball park. I'm at the baseball fields. At any rate, I don't know how many minutes we're gonna.
Okay, well, I'm here, I'm still here, and I was
Okay.
enjoying listening to you as you talk about the voting issues. But tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I was going to say that you have two powers. You have voting power, you have buying power. And I think that sometimes our buying power can sometimes influence our voting power, because if we where we spend our money pretty much tell people what we're actually into, because everybody knows, what you're going to take care of what you love. So if it's something that's pressing or important or powerful to you, these are ways that we can actually do economic changes and economic development and economic pressure on certain institutions and people. Because if we don't patronize with them and we don't spend our dollars with them, then they won't make any money. And if they're not making any money, then they're going to be forced to hear what you're saying and listen to what your issues are, your concerns are. It's a economic pressure and power in that. As far as voting power, I think if we start letting some of these people know that we're going to come out to the polls and we're going to hold them accountable, I think we should start with like a scorecard, like some sort of accountability scorecard for people that we elect. And when they're not producing and when they're not serving in the capacity that we want them to serve in, then we let them know that heads will roll. We will remove you. We will run a candidate against you. We will put our dollars behind that candidate, and we will get you out of office if you do not represent the will of the people. So that's something that I think we really need to start having more dialogue about what we can do. Instead of acting like we're hopeless, we can be hopeful, and we can put our feet to the pavement and our money where our mouth is, and really make some changes happen all over the state of Texas. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to facilitating different events where we can meet people, kind of like what we're doing tonight, but even maybe meet them up close and personal, talk to them, ask them questions, let them know that we're watching, let them know what we expect and what we want and what we're not willing to accept. So I'll be facilitating some of these things so that so that we can become knowledgeable. Because, like our show said, knowledge is powerful, but not knowledge is power, but knowledge and action is powerful. So we want to make sure that we don't just have the knowledge, but we put in that information to work. Right? We want to put that information to work, and we want to hold our candidates accountable. And when they're not doing what we want them to do, we're gonna get rid of their ass. Okay. Okay. Are you
Okay.
there, Eugene?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank God you're back.
Look, this is why it's so important.
Congratulations.
Thank you. This is why it's so important for us to pass this infrastructure, because I live in a rural area and my internet connection sucks. It's trash. Is I would say, is this a PG network, or can I say what I want to say real quick?
Say what you want to say.
Man, it's trash as shit out here, man. It's trash as shit out here. And we need
All right.
better access infrastructure, which is better broadband. So, my
Right.
apologies. I
And
relocate,
that's why
unplug.
that's why we need the infrastructure bill passed,
Yeah.
and get those rural areas just up to date
Let
because
me let me go back to my original question. I'm sorry, guys. Let me get us back on track. First of all, Eugene, tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us your background. Give us a little bit about you, and then I'll get into my line of questioning.
Okay, no worries. First of all, thank you for having me on this illustrious evening. My name is Eugene Howard. I am the seventh son of a Union soldier who fought in the Civil War. My family was the first freed back family to settle in Sugar Land, Texas after the Civil War. I come from a long line of fighters. I'm an educator in my background. I taught with special needs. I've coached Little League. I've coached our kids in the community. I've been a professional musician. I performed the Super Bowl with Janet Jackson on the infamous Malfunction. I was the drummer during that situation. Of course, I was the president of the Missouri County NAACP. I'm currently over criminal justice for the entire state of Texas for the NAACP. I know we have another NAACP fighter on the podcast. I want to give out the shout out to the Beaumont branch and to everything that they do out there. And you guys were with a good sister of mine, my good sister, Dr. Matthews, fighting them in them trenches a few weeks ago. So it's always great to be with great fighters. So I'm very simple. I'm a married man, 3 children. My oldest is in college. My youngest is in kindergarten. I have a middle school son. I'm running on jobs and justice, access to capital, subsidizing the entrepreneurship which drives the American and Texas economy. And we need economic freedom. We need to be able to decide where we want to live, decide what kind of food we want to buy, not have the hand-me-downs, not have the least of these, not have the things that they've always been peddling in our communities with horrible food access, horrible education access. So those are the things that I'm running for as far as jobs. We need not just employment, but we need entrepreneurship. That's what drives the economy. When we have people who are invested in the economy, when they are invested in their own dreams, this is what we call the American dream. Unlike right now, it's the American nightmare. And as far as justice goes, I'm a justice guy. As I stated before, I'm the president or was a former president of a branch. I'm over criminal justice for the entire state of Texas for the oldest civil rights organization and the most powerful in our country. And we need better justice in education. We need better justice in criminal justice reform. We need better justice in judicial justice. We need a more environmental justice. We know it's societal justice. We just need to be a more just society. Like the great Dr. King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And if you turn a blind eye, you're just as bad as those perpetuating these egregious acts. So it's up to people like myself, people like you, people that are tuned in, to this podcast to understand that this is our moment. Very few generations are afforded the opportunity of defending freedom in this hour of maximum danger. And I don't run from that responsibility. I welcome it. Just like my great predecessors, Jack Kennedy, Malcolm X, Dr. King, Bobby Kennedy. It's just Reverend Jesse Jackson, and the list goes on and on. Ida B. Wells, Chisholm, like Barbara Jordan. There's so many patriots that have paved the way for us to be a successful society, and we're not living up to, like Dr. King said, to America, to be true to what you said on paper. And what she said on paper was all men are created equal, endowed by or enabled with certain able rights endowed by their creator. So that's what we need to get back to, and that's what I'm running on, jobs and justice.
Let me ask you one question. What do you think is the biggest issue facing the Democrats?
I think you missed out on it, Ladonna. Could you
I'm sorry. I'm
ask the
sorry.
question
What do you
again?
think the biggest issue is facing the Democratic Party right now? He's frozen. I don't think he can hear me.
I don't think so either.
And the congressional district is 14. I should have said that because it's
Okay.
22 on here. We
Okay.
moved
I'm
to the
sorry.
14th district.
Okay, let me change that. How about that? I'll change that.
I'm sorry. Did you get my question? What do you think is the biggest issue facing the Democratic Party right now?
You're frozen again.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Eugene, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
Ask that question
Did
again.
you what is the biggest issue
Yes.
facing the Democratic Party currently? What, in your opinion, is the biggest issue facing the Democratic Party?
I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah, I'm not getting it either. You're breaking up.
The issue facing the Democratic Party.
Yes.
What is the biggest issue facing the Democratic Party?
Yes.
The biggest issue facing the Democratic Party is white elitism and elitism in general. They keep pelling these same candidates and we keep getting our asses whooped. Straight up. We need to step up and wake up and understand what the American dream really looks like and who that really reflects. We are a big umbrella, which means we should have not only one sight, and I hate the tokenism of diversity, because that only means that you have tokenism. I have a black face, a brown face, a white face, a this face. No, we need we need to be inclusive. We need inclusivity. We need to be at the table. Decisions hot, not in the final of those.
Go ahead on, boy. You better go ahead on. You better straighten it out. You better lay the grass so the cows can chew it. Okay, I have another question. What do you think we can do to improve young voter turnout?
As the
Is breaking up. I hate that we can't get this conversation going, because I really want the people to see you and get to know you. And I just hate that I can't get you the way I'm trying to get you. What can we do to improve the younger demographic, 18 to 35, in voter turnout? I think he's gone. I lost him. I lost him,
I'm
Tony.
back. How about that? Is there any?
Let me pop back on the screen again. I think
I
we
lost him.
you lost. I see him. I think we got him again. Okay, one more time.
Okay.
Let's go. Eugene, are you? Boy, I tell you,
Can
you're
you hear me?
yes, a little bit.
Yes.
Your internet is slow as a turtle going backwards. You should have went to the parking lot at McDonald's and got the Wi-Fi better than that.
Well, he probably didn't want to be in the car
Right.
like me.
Yeah.
But hell, at least mine is working at the
I can't.
baseball field.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with my. There we go. I'm trying to get everything here. Okay,
It's
Eugene,
wrong anyway. It still say 22nd. It don't say 14th.
let me clear all that. Let me get that out of the way.
Yep,
Okay.
it's still wrong.
All right.
Okay, Eugene. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna just set up a meeting locally where people can meet. And they can talk to you and we can question you, because I'm really excited about the fire and the energy that you're bringing to Congress, possibly once you win. But we just can't get it. We just can't get that information. So Tony, I'll make a link. I'm going to be hosting an event for Eugene so that people can meet him and see him. It's going to be like a coffee chat, a chat with the congressman. And we'll just type that in on the page, or maybe schedule another meeting. Really hate that this happened this way.
Yeah, let me get that straight. It still didn't save it. I'm sorry again. Let me try it again.
No.
It didn't save it, so I'll go here and I gotta type it here.
Well,
But I'm sorry, everyone, that we have this technical problems today.
and if we could just put the website up where maybe people can go to the website and check out Eugene Howard, his background, his platform. There's a website, Eugene for Congress. I think it's eugeneforcongress.com. Is that right, Tony?
Yes, Eugene for Congress. Yes, I'm gonna put that up right quick.
Okay.
So we do that. Okay, that I got the right district. Now,
Okay.
I'm working out of 3 computers here, and 2 of them not working. So we'll have to come back to that. But I do have a comment here where someone has Anthony Cooper saying that he has had the pleasure of meeting Eugene Howard at the Democratic Gala and enjoyed the conversation. So he's impressed, and once we get Eugene here,
yeah, I was impressed too. That's why when I met him at the Blue Gala, I was like, oh, people need to see this young man and meet him and hear what he's thinking, and just some of the progressive ideals that oftentimes we don't get to share. Like he said, we've been kind of put on the back burner, and now we're trying to push our way up to the forefront. But education and knowledge is power. So becoming knowledgeable about the candidates, who they are, what they stand for, what they want to do, and what their vision is, we can get behind these people. And that's really what Knowledge is Power Podcast Live is about. We want to put up the website
Now,
so
where's the
you can go
website?
on to
Is it
you.
how Eugene?
I don't know. You send it to me. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up while we're talking. At any rate, we want to make sure that it's Howard 2-congress.org. So it's https semicolon forward slash Howard to Congress 2 dash Howard 2-congress.org, and you can go on that page and make a donation, check out his background, his platform, and we're going to schedule an in-person meeting that I will be hosting. And I will get a date and we will post that in the Knowledge is Power Podcast Live page and on our platform and on our Facebook. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we're sorry for this inconvenient tonight. We'll come back again, but we're gonna have a Tuesday night show, and Tuesday night show is going to be the Roundtable Talk crew going to be with us.
Oh,
Uh,
Lord.
so
Y'all know what that's going to be.
we're gonna talk about a lot of other things that we hadn't talked about. So we'll see you on Tuesday at 7:30 right here on Knowledge is Power Podcast Live. Uh, and let's see, I think he's still trying to get on, but I doubt he's going to make it. But we'll be back on Tuesday at 7:30 on Knowledge is Power Podcast
Can y'all
Live
hear
with
me?
the yeah, we
We
sure
can hear
can.
you. Do you have any last
Can you
words,
hear me?
darling?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
I don't worry about the video. We can hear you as long as we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Can, can you hear me now?
He can't hear us.
Yes,
I can
yes,
hear
we
you.
can
Can
hear
you
Yes.
you.
hear me?
Yes, yes.
No, I can hear you. Yes. Well, okay. So what was the last question? I told you this signal out here is shit.
Yeah, we understand.
It was, what can we do to improve voter turnout between the younger demographic 18 to 35?
Oh, we got to meet them where they're at. They are not the typical voter. The things that worked for grandma and grandpa aren't gonna. It's not gonna work for the millennial and below generation. Like we have real world issues that grandma and grandpa maybe were more faith based community. They leaned on God more. Our generation is now more practical. And when I go to the grocery store, food is more expensive. When I go to the gas station, $5 ain't gas money no more. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of issues that we need to meet the younger people where they at. And the biggest way we need to invest turnout is to tell them the people that are making the decisions for you today won't be living to see the results. So all of these old men and women who are deciding whether it be climate change, whether it be abortion rights, whether it be voting rights, going to be dead and gone. And we and our children and our grandchildren are going to have to live under that rule of law. So just like our grandparents and our parents and our great grandparents had their wars to fight, this is our moment. This is our time, and I will not go quietly into the night. I'm going to stand and fight. I come from a family of fighters. We've been fighting for freedom for 200 years, and I don't plan on stopping now.
Do you have anything that you want to say to your voters about you running for Congress, or anything that you want the people to know that should separate you from the next candidate or separate you from the next person that's running? What is your signature standout message that you want people of Texas to know about Eugene Howard? I think I lost you. Can you hear me now?
I think you
I
lost
think I
him.
lost him.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna conclude our show for this evening. Again, LaDonna, thank you so much for joining us. You're gonna be with us on Tuesday.
Definitely.
Okay, we got a lot to talk
I'm
about.
definitely gonna be with you on Tuesday. I can't
Yeah,
let y'all have all the fun.
yeah,
Those are the fun shows where we get
yeah,
to say everything we really want.
yeah, and what's going on in the area, in the city, and Southeast
Right,
Texas.
right,
We got
right.
a
And I will
so.
not time.
When you popped in, you popped out.
But
Okay,
anyway,
Tony, go ahead and close the show.
we're gonna go and we're gonna continue to with Knowledge is Power Podcast Live. I'm sorry about the internet connections that was having difficult with tonight with our guests, but we'll be back again on Tuesday at 7:30 right here Facebook, uh, Facebook Live, Facebook, our group page, the members only page. It's so much we got going on. Our website, Knowledge is Power Podcast .live. We've got so much going on here that we're going to be exposing a lot of issues that's going on in our area. And those who you are maybe listening and you would like to be a guest, you going into business for yourself, or you've got some things you want to express, you want people to know about, we're here to help you. You know, we've had, last week we had a young lady that lost her husband, been missing for 3 weeks. Uh, and she gave one of the most testimony on what happened in the timeline of trying to find a husband. We want to do anything we can to help our community. So it doesn't matter what the subject is or the topic. If it's important and it's for our community, we're going to be there for you. So again, we thank you again for trying to deal with us on this difficult Sunday evening podcast. But we'll be back and have it right. Thank you, LaDonna. Uh,
Thank you.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you host be the lead host
Oh,
for
I can't
Tuesday.
wait.
You're gonna be the lead host for Tuesday. You got all the equipment now. I've transferred it over to you so you can help me out, balance things out, practice on it, and
Yes.
we'll be ready. Okay. All right, guys, we enjoyed you. Thank you so much for coming and watching with us. But we'll be back on Tuesday with more Knowledge and Power Podcast Live. Thank you.
Thank you for watching Knowledge is Power Podcast Live. Be sure to like and subscribe to all Knowledge is Power social media pages.
Okay, Ron.
Okay, let me go back to my baseball game, baby. I'm
Yeah,
missing
man.
it.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
I will see you Tuesday,
Tuesday.
and I will play. Maybe I can get in there and kind of just play with it and see what all I can do. Right before
Uh-huh.
then, since you made me an admin, right?
Mm-hmm. You got it.
So then I can set me up a background, kind of like what you have, and all
Mm-hmm.
of that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So me and Kayla will get on there and we'll play around with it, so I can make sure I know what to press and how to navigate
Okay.
stuff around.
Okay. You got it.
Okay.
All right,
I'll
baby.
see you Tuesday. Okay, bye.
I've been in the show.